This is where we come in. The lake here, we can either float plane. This time we landed on skis for our main lodge. While we're out here, we'll just do a quick shot of, we've got a shop that has collapsed with snow load probably 2 to 3 years ago. So that will be one of the projects to salvage what we can there and reconstruct a shop.
Do we want to go over here too?
Over here we've got a guest cabin, which I'll walk through in just a moment.
Yep.
We'll need a little bit of work on that, but that will be good. This, we've got our bathhouse and sauna. Same thing, we'll need to do a little bit of work, but we will walk through that a little bit later in the video as well.
All right, let's take a tour of the main cabin.
So we'll take you in the main cabin. Main lodge here. It's got the deck. Once springtime, we'll get this kind of buttoned up.
You'll notice the bear claws right there. So that is what those are for.
Here's our front entryway, and we'll take you inside. It's the main entryway. It's got a great stove in here. We've got this cleaned out on our initial visit and kept us warm here in the wintertime. It's got a breakfast bar right here, sink, little dining area.
Check out the new light fixture. Just put that in.
Yep, light fixtures we've got in. We've got, coming through here, we've got working propane stove. This looks like an old style bread maker oven.
Yeah. Wooden oven.
Wooden oven. We got this working, so the propane's working for sure on that. Here's our pantry. We've got a propane refrigerator. Got a washer. Runs on propane as well.
Kind of a little pantry.
There's our little pantry. It's got much stuff. We've got, you know, the breaker box and the switch between the generator right here. Switch between the generator and the inverter.
For the solar power.
For using solar power.
I just want to point out, let's not pass by Dad's French press. Dad is so proud
Good
of that
stuff.
one.
So I'm going to take you, recently built, probably 3-4 years, they added this back deck.
If you can actually see it.
We do really watch, I mean, this is bear country, so it looks like we might have gotten a little curiosity nibble here. Large deck, all covered in snow right now, but it expands the length of the lodge. We've got an outhouse right here in the wintertime when we do have the water system shut down. So rather than having to go through the process of getting that all back up and running, we do have the option for the outhouse for the main lodge. So that's that level. We'll take you through some of the other levels here. It's all open style. Very big, that we make sure that we pack all dishes are clean. We don't have remnants of food or leave any food that could be rotten. that is a huge bear attractant. So one of the things you really want to be mindful out here in the wilderness. In here, it's a little darker, but we do have the master bedroom that you would call it. Stayed here, stayed pretty warm. 2 windows. We've got blankets up right now. It supports 2 purposes. One right now was in the wintertime, it was helping to keep the chill out a bit. Summertime, very bright here. Sun doesn't really go down. So that's another option, you know, so you can sleep in. You're not waking up at 3 in the morning when the sun's up. Coming into the bathroom here, it is still in a construction process, but it will have a shower, tub, toilet, and sink. So
Up or down?
we will go up. Nice burl wood throughout. It's beautiful. Have some on the deck, and then in here a good main post. So it is love it. Take you upstairs here. Upstairs, this has another bathroom with a shower, toilet and sink. So here's our bathroom, toilet, sink, shower right back in here. A bedroom in here. It's a good bed. I think we have a TV set up here. If you have kids here, whatever, who wants to watch TV. Here is the 3rd bedroom. Gonna have to do a little bit of work to the frame. I think we can get that back up and going, but another comfortable space. With some storage, obviously, as we just panned through above the bathroom in between the 2 bedrooms. So that's some good storage. We've got a nice bench here, handcrafted bench. Then in this area is what we call the TV room. TV room. So it's got a couple chairs. We've got a plethora of old VHS, probably some DVDs, and a few of the old style gaming systems.
Oh yeah, there's an N64 down there.
We did not get a chance to get into all of that. Did have some discussion. We almost had a game off, but we didn't. This was the old office area. We'll go out here.
Let's watch him struggle. Oh wow, he did it. First try.
I think we loosened it up there, sir. This contraption that I pulled off is, you'll see it in some places, it's another security factor for either wind that can, we can get some gusty wind that can blow a door open. Critters, I don't think that you would get a bear up here, but bears do climb, so it would not be
super insane
for something like that to happen. But here is our upper deck. It's got a clothesline out here. Some more burl wood, 2 burl woods. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Another bench that you can relax.
Look at that view.
Probably needs to be a little refinished, but that's our lake. Canyon Lake. Beautiful. got some sheds out here that we found throughout the property.
Now, these stairs lead up to the crow's nest or lookout. They're all really dirty at the moment, but ugh. It's kind of a little tiny room.
Yep, the old crow's nest. It is a nice access point if you have to get to the roof, either to clear snow, or get to the chimney, which we swept the chimney. That was nice to have that easy access out a window. Plug this in, and I will get this a little light down there so we can see.
Also, the reason we have power is because of the solar inverter.
Correct.
While he does that, I'll explain this. So that's our inverter. These are the batteries for the solar panel. They actually they last quite a while. We never really dip below, I think, like 11 volts. And they top out at around 12 and a half. Now, a whole lot of junk from the last people, but I'm sure there's some useful stuff in there. Up here, you definitely don't want to throw anything away because everything can be used. I think he's rummaging around in here. A couple building materials. I think they were trying to finish this wall. Just a lower door. I'm not going to open that right now because we're about to leave in a couple hours. But this goes down below the deck. So these little white propane bottles are for the kind of smaller accessories. They go to the stove, the fridge, washer, and then these big bottles will be for the water heater, which is down here in the pump room.
So this is, we've got our pump with a pressure tank. During this initial visit, we realized that we're going to need to get a new pump. Not that big of a deal. Everything's already ran. If you can see down in there, try to get you a little light. So what we got down here is we got our pressure tank, we got our pump, and we've got our on-demand inline water heater.
Yep.
So everything is plumbed. It was, I don't think it was properly shut down from the previous owners from the last winter.
Yep.
And we also did see a little bit of problems with the pump, cracked casing and whatnot.
Yeah.
Did the best we could to get that thing running, but it's not salvageable.
Yeah.
So we will get that replaced this spring.
Absolutely.
And just work on making sure that we have this insulation in place. So that'll be another big step, that we make sure that that we get insulated before we leave, or just throughout the winter. So yeah, so that should be pretty good. All kinds of supplies here to do repairs. I think it was mentioned just a little earlier from Kyle that yeah, you try to reuse everything that you can out here. It's you don't just drive to the hardware store, so it's nice that we have some supplies out here, and use what you can.
right.
Did we show this back door back here?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Showed the inverter.
When you leave, don't forget to turn it off.
Did we look at the cold storage?
Oh, we have not actually.
So right here, it's insulated. This is cold storage. Did pretty good. We kept some of our cold stuff here.
Don't really have a.
See if we can get a little light in here. But yeah, it does pretty good in here. Nice cold storage they put together.
Yep.
So
That bucket of snow right there, I put in here 3 days ago.
has not melted. So good stuff.
And look at all the beans and rice.
Beans and rice.
And then
So yeah, lots of good stuff.
those are all MREs.
So we'll go through some cleanup stuff in here, but and then restock what we need to.
Okay.
All right,
Back up.
we're going to take you back upstairs, and then we'll go see some of the other outbuildings. Disconnecting this power cord, kind of leaving it right here because it's when we are on the inverter, we do not have full power. It's just
Yeah.
main necessities. So we
It'll
will run
be these lights and then that outlet down there.
so we will. You got something in your arm here. So we will. I run the extension cord down there, so we have a cord for power for a light or whatever we need it for.
Alright.
Alrighty, so that is the main area. Pretty comfortable. We'll do some cleaning, but yeah, it was a great stay. We've been here Thursday. We will be leaving Sunday. Being in these remote areas, we planned on leaving tomorrow, but we accomplished everything pretty much that we can accomplish, and we would have been weather delayed and added probably three more days. So we took the weather opportunity, and we're gonna get out of here probably in an hour with missing the windstorm coming through. This is a big thing that we try to do once you're in the building. You know, you just make sure that you have your latches. Just watch your back. There is wildlife, and you don't want to be sitting having a cup of coffee and see a big critter coming in. I'm gonna snowshoe up. Still a little bit of snow. We haven't quite packed the trail well enough for me yet, and I still post haul.
Yeah. Let him rephrase that. We haven't packed the trail enough for big boy over here.
For me, yeah.
I walk fine.
I've got a couple pounds which likes to take gravity. Gravity takes its place. And without the water on, obviously plenty of snow. We uncovered the first layer and just really stayed up on just keeping snow melted. Obviously, you can pack a crock pot with snow, and you probably get a third of that crock pot once it boils down to water.
Yep.
But it got us through.
And while he's putting those on, I'll tell you about yesterday. So yesterday, we took this trail back up into those hills, and we followed this ridge line all the way over there. And it's a pretty great walk. We were kind of looking for some wildlife, maybe some birds or some hares, try to get some food, but no luck. Other than that, it was a great walk. Really tiring.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just kind of maybe do a walk around the shop.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back through and we'll hit the other outbuildings. One thing that I will say is we have had a neighbor we had a neighbor that had cut a trail in with his snow machine, did a little grading for us, so we have a little bit of a path to walk.
Yeah, Johnny over there.
So the Theos, great people. We also met another neighbor that was coming through with his son and some friends, and they came up, you know, on this groomed path, went up behind us, and you know, up into the wilderness. They had the trail, so they, you know, a good hour ride, something like that, and they came back through, and then I got out and got to introduce myself and have some discussion with them. So it was a nice visit, meeting a couple neighbors out here. There's our poor, lovely shop that fell.
Yeah.
Looks like
those are all rafters sitting on the ground.
A lot of the truss seem to be pretty good amount of tin. We'll see what we can get for salvageable lumber, and then any of the tools and whatnot that are in there. There'll be some damage, but probably some usable stuff still in there.
Yep. And update you guys, this thing actually collapsed on what we think is probably 3 or 4 ATVs and another 2, maybe 3 snow machines. But we kind of dug this out, and yep, that's a snow machine that's been collapsed on. But as you can see, there's a whole lot of stuff to get off before we can actually get to it.
Yeah, so it's kind of waiting for Christmas presents to see what is still in there.
Yep.
We can pan around. You can see our solar panel. That does pretty good to supply some stuff there.
Heck yeah. We also dug out a good portion over here, and the people that lived here last, I mean, they had a lot of good stuff. Like all of these are tools and stuff. Not sure if you can see it, but there's a welder back in there. That'll be really helpful later on, but it's just waiting for all this snow to melt and then disassembling the roof so we can get to it. Or I guess what was the roof.
There's another point in here where this was kind of an office area in there, and you know, she did a lot of craft work in here. I think she did some ivory work, so you know, hopefully not everything is destroyed in there. It was a nice little place for her to do some work and do her stuff.
Yep. This one might actually get me.
We'll see. We'll try to come back through here. We'll just, it's going to be a little longer. This might be a little better.
Okay. hiking yesterday, we actually, over here, we think we uncovered like a small tractor or something.
This is kind of just like
Burn barrel.
a burn barrel where you can burn some of your extra stuff that's not real bad for the environment.
We're not supposed to say that on camera. Hey man, just started and we're already getting canceled.
Say that again?
Nothing.
I did mention stuff that's good for the environment.
Yeah. Totally. And actually, we talked about it earlier, but a lot of these trees are gonna have to come down just because they're beetle killed off. So in the summertime, a whole lot of chainsawing.
Yep. This trail that we're walking down is the trail that we used to walk up. And also when we had a neighbor with his son and some friends, they got access up to a trail up there. So pretty cool stuff. This should be good and packed for you.
Oh yeah. You see, he's got the snowshoes. I was just walking.
So we're talking the trees. We have the beetle kill, which is a spruce tree. The beetles just really devastated a lot of the area here in Alaska. Just taking out many trees.
Yeah.
The white bark that you see next to it is birch, and those trees are all good. They have just dropped their leaves in the wintertime. They will be all greened up come spring, and just beautiful. It'll really green up in here, let alone all the grass and the smaller saplings and stuff that are under this 4 or 5 foot of snow.
Mm-hmm.
Wind does get windy. The wind will rip through here, and that's where you're seeing some of these trees. It just blows the tops right out of them. Really bad on the dead trees, but it'll snap branches even of the live trees. So we'll definitely make sure, come through around all the structures, and watch for any of those trees that can do damage to some of this stuff. We have had some branches fall and do a little bit of stuff, so that'll be some repair that we'll have to do. But also getting all the beetle kill out will definitely keep us safe in case of forest fires. We want to have a good barrier around here, fire barrier, so
yep,
keep everything protected. You can see off in the distance here the outhouse, so the distance really not that bad. You just clear a path in the winter, and it's easy to use if that's the process we're using. This tree top looks like it fell off or broke off, and hit a little bit of the back corner of the bathhouse, so that's a little bit of repair we'll have to do. But again, that's why we're going to come through and make sure that we clear these trees that could do some damage.
Yep. I don't think we're going to go into any of these, right? Maybe this one.
I think, yeah, we'll just go into this one, because right now the guest cabin,
Kind of locked up.
it's locked up for our departure, but we have another video that kind of showed some of the guest cabins. I don't even think it will go in this one really, because again, we have another video. But this is, just so you saw the walk to it, this is the bathhouse and sauna. So this is the bathhouse that you'll use to shower, brush your teeth, whatever, from the guest cabin. And then the sauna obviously is used by all, can be used by all. So it's good. But you can see we have the bear boards down, you know, to keep bears away. They will feel a little bit of that, and they don't want to monkey around with those boards. So for the most part, so
I just want to point out how cool that barber chair is. Like getting a straight razor cut, just looking out over the lake. That's so cool.
We do have a barber chair. We have a propane hookup here where you can see the tank. That tank will be replaced. It's pretty rusted out. We've got some other tanks that we'll replace that with. But it's nice. This is not a dry cabin. It does have propane for a refrige that's in there, stove that's in there, and then it does have a generator inverter, so you have power in there as well.
This is bathhouse.
Or this is the bathhouse. The bathhouse, forgive me, has a propane for the
shower.
The shower.
Yep. Okay. Back up. Oh.
This is the back side right here of the guest cabin, and we'll have to do a little bit of work to the structure here. It's got a lean to it. The foundation.
Kind of got the gangsta lean.
Yep, the foundation is going to be one of those projects this spring when we come out, try to get that thing leveled up, buttoned up. An exciting theory that we have is we see two small trolling boat motors. So we're hoping that there is a little aluminum boat somewhere around here once snow falls.
Somewhere under all of this.
We'll get you a little quick shot down here. You can probably see the pillars. So
yeah, like that pillar right there, they all got a little lean on them.
So it looks like from where we're standing on the back side that the cabin is leaned to us and a little towards the lake. So it's kind of we'll get that shifted.
Yep.
Bring some folks out to help us out and safely get that all straightened up.
There's actually an outhouse over here, but it gets a little breezy sometimes. As you can see, there's no roof.
So it's expert level outhouse using out there.
Yep.
We're going to try to make it useful to all experience levels. We'll get a little quick shot here. The tin for the roof all looks good. It's got a good stovepipe. I think a little bit of the edge here, you know, of the eaves, will replace some of that wood. Here is the entrance to our guest cabin. Again, we're not going to go in it because we've got it probably about 85% bear proof right now. We've got a bear board, 2 bear boards. Once we wrap this video up, we're going to put a 2x4 up there, hold that board in front of the window.
We might want to bump that number down to like a solid 62.
62%?
Yeah. If a bear wants in there, he's getting in there.
Correct.
But
Correct.
just to deter him.
Just to deter him.
Yeah. Those are more of a please don't come in rather than keep out.
We put a latch just to keep this door closed. My first visit to come out here to see the property, see if it was something that we wanted to venture on. The door was open. There are a couple bear prints there where they've scratched and pushed. I don't think that they were the ones that knocked the door in. I think that maybe a little bit of bear pushing and wind, along with the foundation shifting, is what created problems there. But we definitely want that closed. You've got bears, you've got other critters out here, wolverine, porcupines, all of that stuff. They'll all cause damage. So we got that buttoned up.
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch. They mainly hang around the outhouses.
Yeah.
But we do have the bear boards up, so we will see.
All right, everyone.
So that is the tour. Some of the things that we're hoping to do. This has primarily been purchased by my brother Justin, myself, and my wife Lisa. It was an idea that we had. We all wanted to see what was important to us. We wanted fishability, so there's definitely fishing out here. That was one of the aspects. Remote. There is not, the nearest road to here, to this location, is probably 70 miles away, so this is definitely, in the wintertime, you can snow machine in, or it's float plane, or plane on skis in the wintertime. So hit that.
Absolutely. I mean, now, just beginning.
There are some other, wilderness ideas. I get into, some other outdoor activities that, that I can do out here as well. So again, primarily it was for family. I think that it's beautiful, and we want to give an opportunity. So we're gonna do some excursions out here where people can rent this place, and once we get it all up in order, so people can get to experience the great Alaska wilderness. And we'll have people available to be out here, so there is a safety measure or someone to make people feel comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, everyone, this is us signing off. It's been a good trip. I'll see you again in the spring.